Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my review for a show. You saw it before? A show. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a JayBird. Girl, my voice is gone. Plus it's 3 a.m. JayBird, dun 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 dun, okay? And all that goodness, okay? Do not forget to also like this video. It really, really helps to comment in the comment section because conversation is always wanted and loved, okay? And to hit the share button to share this video on your social media. Thank you very much. And you can always hit that notification button because it lets you know when I have new videos up. Okay, and that is the best thing to do. You can also follow me on IG and or Twitter at J_Lees_Corner, all up and through. So let's get started. I do not feel like putting pictures of each person up. By now, we know who each couple is, okay? I have a couple of stuff, but not that much, okay? So first up is Caesar, and no one, because we know Maria is non-existent or whatever. And, he's like, oh my God, I can't believe Maria broke up with me. Oh my God, I'm so sad. He's sitting by the pool by himself with his feet in the water. He's sending her texts talking about he wants to work it out or whatever. And he hoped they could talk about things later. She dumped you, okay? She finally released you from your finances to go back into the world and find another woman in America to act like she loves you or love you for real, okay? But in all, spend your money. You do not have to get your money spent and time wasted by some fictional woman in the Ukraine or wherever she's from, okay? So I'm like, not only that, I'm in Mexico and I'm alone. You are in Mexico. There are plenty of women who want to come here, okay, in Mexico. So go meet one of them. I'm just saying. So he goes to a little dinner, and I paid for this dinner. It's non-refundable. It was where I was going to propose to her, which shows you have been delusional your whole life, okay? And the wait, like, oh, is your fiance coming? Oh no, she didn't come. I'm not engaged. I'm so sorry to hear that. And she just awkwardly just kind of walks away. I'm like, bruh, get you some good vodka, a couple of margaritas, okay, some fruity punch, and have a good time or whatever. We then see the two of the people he met in the pool, the husband and the wife, or the husband and the daughter. Hey, Caesar, where's Maria? Where's she at? I'm like, first of all, who mic'd y'all? Okay, cut the bullshit. Who mic'd y'all? Anyway, he like she didn't come. She broke up with me, and now I'm sad. Oh, Caesar. Oh my God. Why are you crying? I'm adding stuff. But no, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Caesar. I have to give you a hug. Y'all don't even know that man. Y'all met that man yesterday. So, miss me with the bullshit of it all. So, he like, you know what? It's just so sad. I don't know what to do. He then brings up how, oh, you know what? I get it. You know what I'm saying? She knew 3 days ago that the flight had been canceled. And that's why she wasn't calling me all them days because she was upset. He then said, I'm done filming. He walks away. But we see the preview for the next episode where he said he gonna save his money so he can fly to the Ukraine to meet her. Oh, you want to be foolish in 2 countries. No, my fault. 3. Because if they record him going to Ukraine to meet her, I'm going to need all of them to also pay for me to go to Ukraine, and I'm going to be Maria. Okay? But I digress. Next up, we have Avery and Homer. She has been there for 5 days, okay? And it's wedding day. And I'm like, Avery, Omar, the whole thing with her converting to Islam and now she's Muslim or whatever. Her mama not liking it. I'm like, Mama, it is what it is now. And then, her mom, like, I just feel like you need to know that, you are my priority. You know what I'm saying? And, everything I said last night about, what if he's doing this? What if he's doing that? It's because I'm trying to protect you as my priority. I get that, Mom. I get that. And Omar is my priority. I say, oh. And she brings up, I don't want anybody negatively speaking on him. Now, even though Omar has not done anything he promised her he would do for the wedding, she's still talking as if he is the reliable. But I mean, dumb is dumb is, and there's a lot of dumbness in young people. So I mean, it is what it is. So we then see Omar coming in, and he like, okay, we have an issue. We can't get married unless we get approval from the Islamic court. Okay, so we can't do nothing till we get that. They're like, well, what? Okay, and I feel like is Omar trying to come up with every excuse to not marry her? I don't know. So the mom, well, we gotta do that. Okay, fine. Let's get in a taxi. Let's get to the Islamic courts and get it. Like, can we get it done today? I mean, here in Michigan, usually no, but they get into a car and they rushing, and I'm like, why have Omar? You should have had this done beforehand. You should have, you should have known we needed this. You should have known what time the courts closed. You should have had all this done before we got here. I mean, he should have. He really, 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 really should have. And the fact that him not having anything together has not discouraged Avery from wanting to marry Omar, because Omar is cute and they want to have sex. Okay, so they get to the court, but Omar is sitting in the car like Teresa, her mama. I think it's Teresa. If it's not, that's what I'm going to call her. But Avery mom is rude and disrespectful sometimes to our culture, so sometimes it's gonna be hard because the courts are very, very strict. And again, the mama walking around in like a skirt above her knee. You know that ain't how he dressed over there. You already been a jerk, but I digress. So of course, for her to even get into the court, they have to wrap her up, in garb or whatever. So they get there, they gotta show passports and IDs on the stuff. And Omar said, "Is it any way we can do this like kind of faster?" And he was like, "Stamp." Like, you came here today saying that you need to get married today. You need, this license or whatever from us. Calm the fuck down, okay? Calm down, Avery. So they end up getting it, okay? And they're in a rush to get back to the hotel because they have about 30 minutes because of the mosque closed at 5. So they had like 30 minutes to get from the hotel to the mosque because they had to put on their wedding clothes. So she put her dress on or whatever. He put his little suit on or whatnot. And her mom is leaving tonight, so they have to get married before her mom leaves. Okay, but she also has not told her mom that she will be staying with him in his country. Okay, so it's a lot going on. So she put her dress on. She looks great or whatnot. But she gets to the mosque, and they get to the mosque, and they put her in this robe that basically covers her dress. And she's like, well, I didn't know I'd be like covered in this. They said, this is what the bride wears. So of course they had to cover mom up too. And they're going to the mosque. And then, they ask, well, who's the witness? We need witnesses or whatnot. So the mom says, me. And then they say, well, no, it has to be this gentleman. So the law there, in the Quran, is that the witness has to be either 2 women or 1 man, meaning 2 women equal 1 man in their culture, in their country. And I'm like, I mean, that's their stuff that they do over there. And the mom was upset because I wanted to be the witness for my daughter. I wanted to sign a paper. I wanted to witness her wedding. You are witnessing her wedding. You're just not the witness of it to sign the stuff. But girl, calm down. So this point in time, she's upset. So now she's saying little snide remarks to Avery, I think to piss Avery off. You're going to be upset, when you realize that, you're not equal. I can't believe that, she would want to go through this or whatever, in a year, how she going to feel knowing that she is not equal to 1 man. She's like half a man or whatever. And I'm like, girl, I feel like Avery knows these things and doesn't care. I feel like Avery is almost doing this to piss people off, so with her parents or whatever, but I mean, she's there. So, when they asked about the dowry, and they said, because it's going to be $6,000, was yes. She then says, Avery, I feel like I'm selling you off. And I'm like, what? And so Avery's getting more and more upset because her mom was thinking all these little snap remarks. So when the exchange of the vows happens, Avery doesn't even exchange vows with Omar. The pastor guy, who I know he's not a pastor, but the dude who did the ceremony, he and Omar talk or do the exchange, whatever. They like holding hands. I'm like, are they getting married? That's what they do? And she's sitting in the chair to the side with her mama. So she's literally not even involved in her wedding. She's just sitting there. I'm like, oh, okay. And she brings up how, she never, imagine her wedding being with her not being involved, Omar talking to her boy or whatever, but, it is what it is. And now they're married. Omar seems happy. I don't know. Anyway, it's just weird. So they go to like a little after wedding dinner, okay? And at the after wedding dinner, it's like I have to tell my mom here that I'm planning to, eventually come back here and stay with Omar in his country. And then so the mom like, so like, are you gonna like when you guys are going to like see one other again? Like, are you gonna come to the States or whatever? And then she said, well, no, I'm gonna like see him in July. She's like, well, how that gonna happen? Oh, well, I'm gonna come up here with his sister, and I'm gonna live with his sister. And I'm gonna just be here. She's like, wait, what? No, no, that's you can't move here. Like you're not responsible. Avery, you can't move here. You can't even go to the ATM without help. I say she can't go to the ATM without help. The ATM is one of the easiest places to be. It's where you get your money. Okay, she can't, girl. The mom at this point is upset. Oh, Omar say it's fine. She'll be with me. She'll be safe. Oh, she'll be safe. Are they no longer gassing people over there? I say, well, are they? Is she safe? I don't think so. But again, Avery's like, I'm gonna stay. It's gonna be what's gonna be. So mama get over it or whatever. And mom starts crying and she gets up and she walks away. Well, because I mean, Avery is stubborn. And Avery's gonna have to catch like, I'm saying, I don't know, a brick to I don't know. She gonna have to like something's gonna have to happen to scare her into realizing you not safe over there. Like you really should be trying your best to get him to the States. I mean, it's just true too. Anyway, Darcy and Tom. I don't know how Darcy and Tom has turned into Darcy, Tom, her sister's man. It's very, very weird, okay? So, Darcy and the sister have been fussing for no reason, basically. They both want to marry a man who don't live in their own country, okay? And it's the weirdest thing. It's this long distance. I can date someone long distance because they really don't know how fucked up I am. Is what I feel like it is. Because once you're around either of them for too long, especially when they're together, they're both jacked up individuals. Okay, so they get back to the hotel, and Darcy's bringing up how I just feel like Stacey's immature. I think and she's just trying to get attention from her fiance. And Tom was like, both of y'all was acting immature. Truth be told, or whatever. And I'm saying y'all need to stop. Y'all antics because it shouldn't be about you and her or whatever. I'm saying, and y'all was making today very uncomfortable, and they were. They were, okay? And so, well, I've tried. He said, you should talk to your sister because, I'm saying, it's not fun. It's uncomfortable. Well, I tried that before. Then she just blamed me for stuff. And I'm like, oh, Tom is a jerk. I get that too. Like, Tom, but, I think time would be better if Darcy wasn't around Stacy. I don't think Stacy and Darcy even realize they are toxic for each other. I think they're only around each other because they're twins and they're just used to always being together. But they never seem like they are having a good time around each other. It's a consistent competition. And Tom was like, y'all don't need to be in constant competition. It's stupid. It's childish and y'all both are acting immature and just it wasn't a fun time or whatever. He's like, it's not that I'm saying that, I'm saying I'm not having fun here, but it's not romantic at all. So I don't know what you want me to do or whatever. So the next day we see Darcy and Stacy meet for like coffee or whatever. And Stacy brings up how, well, we should have another trip with no drama. So Darcy said, well, no, I don't think we would get our twin relationship or whatever. And sometimes, because the energy isn't good, they don't get how we kind of spar back and forth. But that's not how grown adults act. Especially when you go on a trip with y'all significant others. Y'all should put that bullshit away. The fact that y'all can't be just grown adults and not be bickering is crazy. And y'all damn near 50. Anyway, so Stacey like, but we had a good time. It was a fine time or whatever. She then says we just had small attitudes at each other and like little eye rolls or whatever. That's childish. people don't like to be around that energy. It's just stupid or whatever. So Darcy brings up how Tom didn't like the energy. Stacy then says how Tom might be being shady and making up issues between her and Darcy solely because he don't really like Darcy. And she told those words to Darcy that I think he may be faking issues between me and you because he don't like you. I said, what kind of psychobabble, reverse psychology is this? You and your sister are crazy. Y'all do have negative energy, and you two are the problem. It isn't Tom. It isn't. And Tom may not fully be into Darcy, but the reason he isn't fully into Darcy is because he hasn't spent enough time with Darcy. He didn't want to come see you, sister. He wanted to go off on a romantic getaway with Darcy. Darcy's like, well, you know what? No, because she then say, again, he may be saying stuff just to, because he don't like you, and you should really take, I'm saying, advice from me because look, I have a fiance. Darcy said, y'all ain't perfect. You got engaged on a first trip to see him, and y'all been engaged for 3 years. Like, you ain't perfect. Well, when the time is right, we'll get married. No, you probably won't. You'll probably, break up in 3 years, a 3 year engagement to a man who don't live in your country. Is it real? Is it a figment of your imagination? It may really be a figment of your imagination. So we then see the couples go on like a trip to this old type flea market situation or whatever. It's what we call a flea market here because Tom even says it's a flea market there. It's a flea market thing. And it was an hour drive away, and they were like in an old army truck or whatever. And Tom's like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, it's hot in here. We can't roll the windows down. I get, car sick on long drives, and again, it's over an hour away, and so they have to pull over for him to kind of get some air and to kind of, throw up a little bit. So Darcy then's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's really, really close to be like, can I get some space? I think he was hot and just frustrated at that point in time. And Darcy was so close. Yeah, Darcy, you're smothering him. Stacy is, oh, she's shady. Okay. So they get there, whatever, and Tom, like, this is not romantic. It's like a flea market. Like, it's a flea market, we can't really buy anything here, whatever. Like, he says, this is not going to get me and Darcy close. I'm saying I would really rather spend time alone with her, and this isn't helping us get any closer to being a couple or whatever. So we see them to go to dinner, and he's honest, like, you know what, this is not, what I thought it was going to be or whatever. Because she brings Darcy she said, how do you think earlier went at the shopping? I think it was fun. It was very romantic. You know what I'm saying? Very, very cozy. And he was like, that was not romantic, like, at all. I don't get what you mean or whatever. He brings about this trip should be about me and you, not about you and your sister. You know what I'm saying? And he then says, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm not having a good time. It's just not romantic or whatever. He then says, had we went on what I planned, I may have proposed. He said, because it was so romantic, we could have gotten really, really close, and then, that could have happened. Now, that was a ploy to get at her and make her feel like shit for making him come there. I don't think Tom would have proposed to her on that trip. I do think they would have gotten closer. Because again, it's a romantic getaway. But he brings up how, we came here instead. And here, I just see a different side of you that I'm like, I don't know what it is because it's you and your sister or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me and you are right now, we're just two friends on a vacation. Like, it's not romantic at all. And now she feels like shit. I should have never listened to my Stacy. I should have never listened to my sister and came here. You're right. The man told you he had a romantic getaway plan. You chose to come see your sister. Stupidity times two. So, because they're double twins. Now we see Tim and Jennifer. They're taking a trip to her dad's farm, okay, because her dad owns a farm or whatever, and so he's going to be their father. Now, Tim, to me, looks like a human Garfield, okay? Tim reminds me of a human Garfield mixed with Ollie because his face is long, but his eyes are sleepy, and that's what he looks like to me or whatever. So, they go on to the farm. They pull up, but it's like a little hike, like down a hill, up a hill, through a fence. Like, it's a large, stretch of land or whatever. And, they had to, like, hike to get there. I was like, girl, because what if we get lost? I ain't got a reception out here. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, so the dad doesn't speak any English or whatever, but Jennifer translates. And the dad said, I want to see if you can do the kind of work that we do here. So, first of all, Tim put on his, what I call his bad bitch boots. Okay, Tim, those are the kind of boots a bad bitch wear. Okay, when you going out with your girls or whatever, and it's like, late fall, almost winter, but no snow was outside, but it's cold. Those are what I call bad bitch boots. And I'm like, them are not the boots you wear on the farm to, like, do farm work. It just isn't. The boots on the ground that are old and dirty, those are, but you have on your bad bitch boots, but I digress. So he put on his bad bitch boots and took off his, saying, weird shoes he wore that still wasn't, like, hikeable or whatever. And, they have him, like, spray stuff on the cows. They had the bugs fall off of the cows. They didn't have him in, I think it was cows. I believe it was cows. They was moving, so I'm saying it was cows. So they then inject a cow with B complex, and she say it's to help the animals with their muscles. I'm like, oh, really? And then he asked him, you want to castrate it? He's like, no, I'm good, love, enjoy. Y'all can have that or whatever. So I'm like, Lord. So the daddy brings up to Jennifer how, y'all are different. Y'all came up two different ways or whatever, and he doesn't seem to learn things fast. I wouldn't either. And my thing is, some people are not ranch farm people. I'm not a ranch farm person. I don't want to go to ranch or farm and be around horses and chickens and cows. I'm good. No, not my thing. And I can see that Tim isn't either. Okay? But he tried. He tried. So she brings up how, well, he's a great guy, whatever, he treats me really, really nice. And we haven't, like, he hasn't tried to kiss me yet, but saying, I think we can be something if we can kind of, get to know each other even more. And I say, oh, okay. Now we see him FaceTime his friend when they get back, from the farm or whatever. And he keep bringing up dumb shit. I just don't know. Saying, I'm just so nervous or whatever. I'm scared she may reject me, saying, and I don't want to be hurt like I was with my last ex. I feel like he has a little penis. He does not have any big dick energy. And I think his nervousness is that, and he said it too. He said at one point, we said at one point in this episode how Latin men are known to be, these great lovers or whatever. And, what if he doesn't, add up to whatever. He has a small penis. That has to be it. That's not, because you can't be, if you have big dick energy, you don't have this nervousness, okay? Now, dude, I mess with has any nervousness because they have that big dick energy or whatever. And it don't even mean you have a big dick, okay? But you have to have the confidence in what you have. And I feel like he don't have that confidence or whatever. But whatever. So we then see him and her walking and talking and walking. And she asked him, how does he feel about her? I like you. I care for you a lot or whatever. I'm just nervous. I don't want to get hurt. She's like, you know what? You need to just stop being nervous. I'm saying, I like you. You like me. Like, to stop being nervous or whatever. And she's like, I want him to make a move. And she's giving him all these subtle context clues, and just even her demeanor is like, I want you to want me. And he just, with his little dick energy, is just not picking up on the big dick antennas. And I'm like, girl, he don't have it. So they sit down at, like, a little water fountain and whatever, and she's like, just trust him. Be a bad action, okay? And they look at each other and they finally kiss. So first kiss finally happens as they're sitting in a waterfall. And you can tell at first he was still nervous, like, am I kissing it right? Am I doing it right? Well, she ain't put away. It must be cool. And so it was a real kiss or whatever. And she said it was a great kiss or whatever. And he said it was a good kiss too. And they said, oh, now we're like a real couple. We got our first kiss. Well, kiss the vagina and the penis. And then it'll be a real relationship. So they keep kissing at the fountain. So now they can kiss all they want to. And I'm like, that's nice. I mean, finally, and it's happened to me right in front. Okay, I'm stop. So they go back to his Airbnb for her to spend the night or whatever. And, he's still saying, I'm just nervous. I'm like, you've been kissing her all day. And she's acting like she wants you to, give her the D. And, this Latin man, I'm like, oh my God. Tim, Your penis cannot be that small. Or it could be, who knows? Anyway, she brings up how, well, the only thing that can kind of make this not work is you. You have to not keep bringing up anything from your past that can make you nervous. Like, it's just about you and me or whatever. So they put pajamas on. Okay, get in the bed. And I'm like, first of all, he has on too much clothing. He has his shirt on. He has his jogging pants on. I'm like, you can't be in the bed in boxers. I hate a guy who comes to bed and do. I don't know men who I've never been with a guy who has came to bed in a lot of clothes. Unless it's winter time, it's like it's just cold and we finna just really go to sleep. I get that. But the first time after y'all kiss you in the bed, take the pajamas off. Okay? Just saying. Anyway, they then start discussing what's first base versus second base. And what's second base? I'm like, are y'all 12? Are y'all 12? I think second base, like, isn't it like touching like boob or whatever? And I'm like, they didn't start kissing and like real kissing this time, like heavy panting kissing to where he gets up and says, okay, y'all gotta go now. And she looked like she's finna get the D. Now I hope he don't backtrack and backpedal on pussy pop because he may have a vagina. And he just takes her down. Okay, just take her all the way down or whatever and get it done. Now, next up, we have Zied and Rebecca. Okay, now Rebecca has tons of secrets. Okay, all kinds of A, B, C, D, E, F, G secrets. And she's like, I just want to be sure that Zied, is who he says he is or whatever. So I want to be able to be honest. I want to be honest with him. But you have a whole husband he doesn't know about. But I digress. So she goes downstairs while she's waiting on Zied, who's in that same tight ass red sweater and tight ass skinny jeans. Please get that boy some skinny jeans that's a little bit bigger. I'm just saying, okay, we have to wear what shapes our body, and I don't like the skinny jeans. Anyway, so downstairs in the hotel, she gets a FaceTime from her best friend, who's also her, private investigating friend, her best friend or whatever, who did a background. No, she did an international background check on Zied. Okay, well, I have good news and some other news, okay? So he doesn't have any criminal history, okay? He's never been married, okay? However, I can't find any kind of work history on him, okay? So it's as if, even though he's only 26, he's never had a job. And so he's like, well, that's weird because he told me that, he's an audience coordinator for a TV show and that he makes sure these TV shows have people in the audience. So he be taking people to places and leaving them there. Okay, so the friend's like, well, I hope he isn't lying to you, or whatever, and I hope, I know that you sent him money before, so I just hope he isn't like, using you, and then like hopefully he isn't trying to come here and live off you like your last husband did. Well, I'm like, first of all, he's her current husband, okay, because she has not divorced him yet. So we then find out her current husband, who she's trying to divorce, was 23 years old when she brought him to the States. I say, well, how old were you? She keeps going with these young guys from other countries. You're dumb. You too old to be this dumb. Okay, this dumb required this is teenage dumb. Okay, this is early 20s dumb. Okay, you are well into the age of knowing when you're being used. You brought a 23-year-old Moroccan person to the States who then used you for your money. You're now dating a 26-year-old person from, is it Morocco? Is he in Morocco? I forgot. Or is he in Tanzania? I don't know. But a foreigner, okay? And you want to bring him to the States. You are too old to be this dumb. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I just hope he isn't using me like my last person did. I think he may be. Or if he not using you, you damn sure using him just to be a victim. So for him eventually using you. I'm like, girl. So they go to dinner. And she's like, you know what? Hey, I talked to my best friend or whatever. She's also my PI partner. And she ran a background check on you, whatever, just because we know we had to. And, it didn't show that you had a job. And he's like, oh, he then says in his own way how his boss pays him. He said, my boss pays me direct. Meaning his boss pays him under the table and nothing is reported to any credit, to any, there's no paper trail. And she says, "Oh, is that right?" He said, "Yeah, he just paid me directly or whatever, and that's it. So my name wouldn't come up in anything. Like, but do you want my boss's name? I don't know, well, maybe." But he said it as in like, "Nah, I'll give it to you." But like, "Oh, you don't trust me? Do you need his name too?" "Yes." "Can I meet Why have we been here for these many days and you ain't went to work? You ain't had to put nobody in the audience or nothing?" I mean, like, it's just, the fact that when you got there, he made you pay for the rental car that y'all using. He's using you a little bit, and you don't even know it yet. Anyway, she then said, like, "Well, when you come to America, like, do you have skills to get a job?" He says, "Well, yeah, I worked in restaurants and coffee shops." He barely speak English. So my thing, he may need to do something else or whatever. So because when you come to America, you cannot be this at the house, not where like you can't live off me. Like you have to work and make money. "Oh, no, 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 don't worry about it." Him saying, "Don't, I understand about it. Don't worry." He told the same thing about that rental car. Pay attention to the signs, okay? Don't be stupid. Benjamin and Nikini, we finally see her daddy. Her daddy wants to meet Benjamin, but he said he did not want to meet Benjamin until Benjamin came to the church to meet the elders of the church or whatever. And so I'm like, Lord. And Benjamin said he's in the States, he's studying to become a minister, so he gets, the family wanted him to come to the church or whatever. And so her daddy is also the pastor of the church. And then the daddy was preaching. That's her daddy. And he said, "Oh, her father is very much, he's a powerful speaker, whatever. I'm more nervous." He just has a very deep voice, and he's a regular black preacher. Like, it ain't like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" He's just like my granddaddy. He was a preacher. He was a pastor. It's the same old, same old. But he said now he's nervous because he's like, he's very, because he feels like the daddy is intimidating, but he really isn't. Anyway, so they kind of shake hands at the church. And then the dad says, "You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to go talk or whatever." Outside, Akini tells Benjamin, "Okay, well, you have to come back to my parents' house and meet my dad and the elders." And he's like, "What?" "Yes, you have to get approval. You have to get approval from the elders first because they helped raise me in the church. And once they give their approval, my dad would give his approval. And that's you have to you know get both of them to both groups to accept you." And he like, "I wish he would just kind of give me everything I have to do up front versus surprising me every day basically with something new." And I'm like, first of all, I would still be asking, where is my money back for my Airbnb? Why am I still staying with your brother? But I digress. So they get to the house, and we see the elders. Okay, now they all walking back from church. Okay, so we see her father in the dark gray suits, and then it's the elder in the checkered jacket, and then of course Benjamin, the only white man. Her brother. Okay, then the other elder in the red dress. Her mom is in the brownish golden dress, and then the other elder is in the back and the with the hair wrap on her head. So again, they're all walking to get to Akini's parents' place or whatever. So for the most part, they just asked a couple questions. The one gentleman asked him saying, "Well, of all the beautiful American girls, why are you here trying to marry, Akini? Like, what's going? Like, again, why would you come to our country to marry somebody, that's kind of different or whatever? Why would you do that and just not marry somebody in your own country?" He says, "God led me on this path, and I feel like Akini was meant for me." And that's. So the other elder asked, "Well, have you been married or engaged before?" And when she asked the question, Akini mama face was like, because she knew, yes, he's been married before and divorced. And so he agrees, like, "Well, yes, I was married or whatever." And there were trust issues, and I suggested counseling, but my ex-wife just wanted to get a divorce. I tried to make it work, but she did not want to work on our marriage, so she divorced me. So he brings up how for him and Bikini, as long as they stay, keep Christ as the center of their union, that they'll be good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, well, that was a really, really good answer. So he get the approval, the elders approval or whatever. Her daddy say, "Well, I give you my approval for now." And I'm like, what do that mean? So now they bring up the bride price, okay? And the bride price, he still don't know how much it is, even what I told you. It could be a goat and $2. It can be, $500 American. We don't know what it is. Okay, they ain't said what it is yet either. Now the elder then says, like in the Bible, when Abraham's servants went to see the parents of Rebecca, he carried gifts. Okay, and so that is showing that you are serious about the marriage. Okay, and I said, well, okay, I guess is that an engagement ring? Her daddy said, yeah, if he's for real, he would give a gift, okay? Because it was something expensive. I said, y'all want some money. And then Kenny brings up how, well, if he has to pay this bride price, okay? Even if he has to go broke to do it. The hell you say? Now my damn money is what I would have said. And lastly, we have Michael and Angela. As I was saying how, Michael has done all these things and he's only lied to her during the relationship, whatever. But she calls him and say, I'm not ready to forgive you, but we need to talk. If he keep lying, why you keep taking him back? At some point, it's your fault, okay? And I'm just, girl, I don't know. And Angela and these three goddamn going front raise her head and talking to Michael, I'm like, y'all get on my nerve. So, she tells him when they meet up how she is sorry for smashing the cake in his face. I should not have done that. It was wrong. I'm saying I was just upset. No, not you. I was wrong, Angela. I'm so sorry, baby. Okay, I'm so sorry, baby. Please forgive me. I love you. I love you. And I'm like, boy, I've done a lot. I know that I've done a lot. And I'm so sorry for lying to you. I'm saying, can you please forgive me? And I'm like, it's just like, oh my God. He brings about, I'm going to be honest with you from now on. I'm going to make it up to you. You keep saying that, Michael. You keep saying that. And, you keep lying to me, whatever. I just can't believe that, Are you using me for a visa? Okay, are you using me just, no, hell no, no. As we have come far, okay, 2 years of this, okay, forgive me, I love you. I'm like, okay. She then said, this is the last time, Michael, the last time, okay, I'm done next time. No, you're not done. You ain't never done, okay, point blank, period. And now they back together. Oh my God. But I'm here in America single. I don't set up for bullshit. That's why I'm single. Anyway, when I have fun. So, they then go to see his mom. And his mom, of course, is an older woman and everything. So at first she's happy to see them. Happy to see Angela as well. And, they tell the mama what's been happening the past couple of days, how he lied to her, so she put him at the hotel. And the mama said, you can't lie to her. Like, you can lie to strangers, but don't lie to her. Okay, don't do that. So, you can't, my ears itch just a bad, y'all. She then talks about, so y'all gonna get married or whatever, but, how is y'all gonna have a baby? Because, you have to have kids. Like, a part of our culture is, the men have kids to, keep the line going. I'm saying keep the last name carrying on or whatever. So, she brings up how it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try everything I can to do it. If I can't, then my daughter, will carry the baby. And his mama thought she meant that meant that Michael would have to sleep with her daughter. No, 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 no. Doctor's offices, to be a medical procedure or whatever. The mom then says, well, that's fine, because if you can't have kids for him, then you have to release him to be able to go out and have children with somebody else on his own. I said, and so when he said it to Evan, what? Oh, hell no. Nope, ain't gonna have it or whatever. I know, no, that's not happening. I don't believe in that. I feel like the mama meant not stay with him and let him have kids with other people. I think the mama meant you need to let him go to have a life, to have kids. I don't think they should get married knowing how important it is for him that he wants children. Like, he is 30. He wants kids. She can't give him kids. She can't. I don't think the daughter can either, truth be told. Anyway, but the mom like, I don't like the fact that, you would not want him to go have kids elsewhere, which is crazy. She said, I'm not finna take care of nobody else's kids. I'm not taking care of no one else's children. No. Okay. And I'm like, Angela, that's the whole reason why y'all should not be married. If Michael didn't want kids, I can say, okay, cool. But he wants something that you can't give him. That man gonna cheat. He gonna cheat and have a baby. And when he do, not that it'll be her fault, but you knew what he wanted. and you knew you could not give it to him. It ain't fair to not let that man have kids. And he dumb for wanting to marry her, knowing she can't birth no babies. But then he wants to get to the States. And that was the whole episode. I'm tired. Okay, I'm not editing this. It is 40 minutes long. I love you all. Peace.